For any church that begins to get serious about existing for those who don't yet know Christ and doing evangelism, you have to ask the question, what will people who aren't a part of this church be interested or willing to attend? And Sunday morning is not always that appealing an option. Asking people who don't attend church to give up their quiet, lazy Sunday morning to come to sing some songs and listen to a lecture, a preach, isn't that compelling. But asking them to come to a one-off evening to take a second look at faith in Jesus Christ, that can work. And I know it can work because I used this exact methodology. And over 10 years, we baptized over 700 people. This short video is to share with you how to incorporate the Alpha course into your church's rhythm and programming. What is the Alpha course? Well, building from a one-night launch event, the Alpha course is a 10-week course exploring Jesus and faith. It originated from Holy Trinity Church, Brompton, England, where its writer, Nicky Gumbel, was on their church staff. And it was initially written to bring renewal to church attendees who were lukewarm in their faith. And it birthed renewal in many established churches and has spread to thousands of churches and settings worldwide, introducing millions of people to what faith in Jesus Christ is. There are multiple ways to use the Alpha course. Download some digital versions, do it in small groups in a home or in classrooms, or do it in a large group even on a Sunday morning. But my favorite, and I think the most effective, is when you, the senior pastor, the number one communicator on your team, gives the talk yourself. And every evening is the same format. Some food, you give a talk, and then there's some small group discussion, all based around materials that Alpha give you. So let me ask the question, why does the Alpha course work? Well, I truly think God has placed His anointing upon this course. It comes only second, perhaps even first, in its impact upon people in the last part of the 20th century and the early 21st century in the Western Hemisphere. It's done within community and the forming of genuine relationships with people who are exploring faith in Jesus Christ. It creates a safe environment for seekers to genuinely and honestly seek. It combines both a linear apologetic methodology with an experiential non-linear methodology. It welcomes questions and allows for doubts. So how do you start an Alpha course? Well, there are things to plan. How do you do your food? Who can be small group leaders? How do you do set up and set down of tables and chairs? And how about a prayer team to be praying through this whole endeavor? These are all important and needed, but it doesn't start there. It starts with getting your congregation members ready to invite someone to come to the Alpha course launch. Train and equip people. Teach them how to share their faith. Give an invite. And you would want to create a sacred altar moment where they write down the names of people that they want to invite. And as an act of worship and prayer, you bring them to the front and you pray for the people they want to invite. This is a 3-month process. And then here's the genius. The people, your church members, are not inviting their neighbors or their families to come to a 10-week Alpha course. They're inviting them to come to a one-night talk where they listen, where you give a talk, and at the end of that talk, you invite them to return next week to start the 10-week Alpha course. So all your people have to do is invite their friends to one standalone special night. Everyone in your church can do that. After some prayer, and after some preparing. And here's a fun fact. I launched this at a church where I was the senior pastor. It was a church of around 150 people. That first Alpha course that we ever did, we had over 90 first-time guests, and we ran an Alpha course with 120 people, 60 new people and 60 from the church. And over 40 people crossed the line of faith. Right mobilization, right preparation, right coaching on inviting, and the right course to teach. We ended up running Alpha twice a year, and everyone in the church knew that if they have a friend or a colleague who was interested in faith, Alpha is coming. Be ready to invite. You want to know more and get a coach to help you start running the Alpha program? Reach out and connect with us. We'd be delighted to help.